100 FM, The Pike, and Sublime. On the phone right now, we have Matt Vautour from MassLive, a sports writer from MassLive. We talk to him off and on throughout the year about various sports things because he just knows way more than we do, pretty much. Matt, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. If this ever becomes a video thing, you're going to catch me dancing to some of these lead-in music sometimes. That's a good one.
Well, that is a disturbing thought, and thank God this isn't Zoom.
Let's make that happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You really want to see that, Adam?
Why
okay,
not?
Man. All right, you should get an OnlyFans then, Matt.
You have one subscriber.
The world does not need that, I promise.
Yeah. All right, let's talk Celtics. Tonight, Game 1, NBA Finals. Mavs are in town. I think the biggest story is the return of Kristaps Porzingis. My question there is, while he was out, they did really well, and they went 10-1 without him. Now, my question is not so much is he rusty, because he's a pro athlete.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's been keeping up. But is there a chemistry that's in danger of being disturbed here?
I don't think so, because when a lot of the success they've had has been with Al Horford playing a lot, and at his age, you benefit from him not having to play a lot of minutes. And so if Porzingis can play and Horford can play, they'll should both benefit from that. But the big thing with Porzingis too is the fact that he can make outside shots and move away from the basket, despite being 7'2", is that he'll pull the Mavericks inside players away from the basket, which gives the Celtics a significant inside advantage. I think at that point, if you're pulling Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford away from the basket, I think that helps them a lot. Horford can kind of do the same thing, and so if you can spend the game doing that's a pretty significant boost for the Celtics.
I see them as maybe I'm speculating they'll use Porzingis. I think they may just rotate him, and you think they'll rotate him and Horford, just use him for some minutes. Maybe you go back to Horford just so they don't risk Porzingis for another injury.
Yeah, I think they'll probably kind of use the beginning of the game as the feeling out period, which would be kind of natural in the finals situation against a team you don't play that much anyway. And then if let's say, for example, the Celtics are struggling with Horford in the game, Porzingis will play more minutes. If they're both playing well, there's no reason not to use them both, with the idea that you're gonna have a long series. But there's only one time in the series that you have only 1 day between games. You've got 2 between most of them, which is good for both of those guys. So yeah, I think they, especially if they get leads and so forth, I think they if they can afford to be careful, they probably will be careful.
The other big story is the return of the flat earther Kyrie Irving to the Boston Garden. And, how do you shut this guy down? I think is he the thin-skinned Kyrie Irving that we knew him as, or has he become older and wiser at this point? Is it easier to get into his head now?
Well, he's certainly playing himself right now like he's this new and improved Kyrie Irving. I have to see it. I've got to see him. The Mavericks down 8 points. He's missed 2 shots in a row, and the Boston fans are yelling at him. I mean, he's had these little honeymoon stretches everywhere he's been. He certainly had it in Boston at the beginning. He had it in Brooklyn at the beginning. He's had a lot of good days in Dallas. How does he handle a bad one where the fans are telling him it's his fault that they're struggling, and he's not playing well on defense, which is he certainly is not a great defensive player. I want to see Kyrie be this hearts and flowers Kyrie Irving on a day that he's having a bad day.
Yeah, so do I. What's your call for the results here? What do you think? I'm saying Celtics in 6.
Yeah, I am too, and I realize that's not terribly original. I think that there'll be at least one game where Luka Doncic has huge numbers and Celtics shoot poorly and they win. But I do think it'll be 2-2 after 4 games, and the Celtics will win 5 and 6.
Who's the favored team nationally?
The Celtics, yeah, the Celtics definitely are. They came into the playoffs with the best. I mean, I'm not a betting guy, but they came in with the best betting odds, and they had the best record in the NBA. The Mavericks are surprised to be here. They certainly played like a team that deserves it, but it would at least from a number standpoint, it'd be surprising if the Celtics don't win.
It just seems like Celtics are just a better all around team. I'm not being a homer. It just seems like the Mavs only have Doncic and Kyrie, and we just have a better. Well, I mean, we got Derek White who's been on fire, but they've had some time off, so a lot of that could change.
And the Mavericks have now had some time off too. The Mavericks, in this really good playoff run that they've had, have not been in a situation where they've had to really guard teams with multiple scoring options. And that's if you look at the Celtics, there's a lot of guys that on a given night can put up 20 points. Derek White's had those games.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday's had those games. The Celtics can really be pretty explosive if they need to be.
Well, there was a local sports writer on December 31st of 2023 who predicted this year Banner 18 is coming. And your prediction, we always love your predictions, Matt. You predicted Belichick will not be the Patriots coach in 2024. You predicted that they would hire Gerard Mayo.
Really?
Yeah. That was one of his predictions.
Really? Now,
yeah.
The Belichick not coaching, I mean, that's not going out on a limb, but Gerard Mayo, that was out of, wow.
Yeah, the other ones.
I'm apparently having a good year.
Yeah, and then another one, the Bruins will advance to the second round, but the Bruins won't have enough scoring depth to get beyond the second round. That was another prediction.
Wow.
Did you forget about that? You even amazed yourself, didn't you?
Do you read your own articles? You should read your own articles. They're pretty good.
I usually check in with it around the 6-month point, mostly because I'm usually about to make fun of myself. But that's
you're a regular.
I'd forgotten that I had the Mayo in there too.
You're like Karnak. The what was Carson's thing? Karnak,
the magnificent.
Yeah, that's Karnak. Yeah.
He also said Jeremy Swayman will be the only Bruins unrestricted free agent who'll be back in Boston in 2024-25.
I mean, it's like Biff from Back to the Future too,
right? He was. You know what? We were talking about this earlier, Matt. MIT has developed AI where you can talk to your future self. Is that what you've been doing? Were they using you as a guinea pig?
We're having this conversation as I'm flipping through the Gray's Sports Almanac that Biff had.
Nice.
Great reference.
Nice. Well, Matt Vautour, sports writer, MassLive, we appreciate your insights and talking with us about the Celtics tonight. You're also saying Celtics in 6?
I am saying Celtics in 6, yes.
Okay, all right. I'll go with that too.
With his track record, I'm going with that too.
I'm just saying.
I'm calling my guy.
Get the duck boats ready.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Matt, thank you very much for your time, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, good chat with you guys. Take it easy.